last class we discussed rate of reaction and how many ways the rate of reaction was measured. That is average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction, and some examples also we discussed. So now we are going to discuss next concept, is a very important concept, that is rate law, which is useful throughout this chapter. The rate law concept is useful throughout the chapter. So before going to the rate law, you should know what is law of mass action. So what is law of mass action means the rate of any chemical reaction is directly proportional to molar concentration of reactants and raised to some power which is equal to the stoichiometric coefficients of reactants. That is the law of mass action. So according to law of mass action, the rate of any chemical reaction. See, I took one example. For this example, the rate is directly proportional to, molar concentration of A into B. Molar concentration is represented in square brackets now. Molar concentration of A into molar concentration of B, and raised to their power, raised to some power. The power is equal to their respective stoichiometric coefficients. So the stoichiometric coefficient of reactant A is N1, then its power becomes N1, and the stoichiometric coefficient of B is N2, then its power becomes N2. Okay, so then this proportionality is replaced with some constant K. On replacing like that, you get concentration equal to K into concentration of A power N1 into concentration of B power N2. That is the law of mass action. So by using this law of mass action, we are going to derive the rate law. See, what is rate law? Simply, what is rate law means, it is a mathematical equation which gives the quantitative relationship between rate of a chemical reaction with the concentration of the reactants. Okay, see once, rate law or rate expression. First of all, it is based on law of, law of mass action. Another point is rate law of a reaction can be determined experimentally. Rate law of a chemical reaction can be determined experimentally. It is experimentally we can derive. Next, see, take one example. N1 moles of A reacts with N2 moles of B and gives products. Okay, so here its rate equation is, rate law is given as rate is directly proportional to molar concentration of A power equal to some X, it not equal to N1, and power B power is equal to Y. Here the rate is directly proportional to concentration of A to the power X and B to the power Y. The X and Y may or may not equal to these respective stoichiometric coefficients. Why? Because means these X and Y are derived experimentally. That means these X and Y are determined by using a kinetic data, not by looking the balanced chemical equation. That means by looking the balanced chemical equation, we can't write the rate law. Okay, rate law can be determined experimentally. That means rate is directly proportional to A power X and B power Y. That X and Y may or may not equal to their respective stoichiometric coefficients. Okay, so here if you observe this, here it is determined experimentally. Okay, now see what is clear data about this. Discussion, it is based on law of mass action, but it is not a law of mass action. It is based on law of mass action, but it is not a law of mass action. It is determined experimentally. It is not a law of mass action. Okay, so simply it is derived by basing the law of mass action. B. Here x and y are x and y may not equal to n1 n2 respectively. These x and y may or may not equal to x and y respectively. These x and y are obtained experimentally. These x and y are obtained experimentally. We are obtained this by using the kinetic data. X and y are obtained experimentally. X and y are obtained experimentally. Okay, and these x and y values may be positive or may be negative or may be fractional also. Okay, these x and y values, see, another point is x and y values may be negative or positive or 0 or fractional. These x and y values may be 0 or may be negative or may be fractional. Okay, and what is x indicates? The rate equation, if we take this rate equation, see, once converts it into general form, where this gives on replacing this proportionality, rate equal to a into concentration of a power x, concentration of b power, concentration of b power y. Okay, now this x is said to be order of reaction with respect to a. A is said to be, x is said to be order of reaction with respect to A, and y is said to be order of reaction with respect to B. Y is said to be order of reaction with respect to B. Okay, now see once again, simply it is the rate which is directly proportional to product of molar concentration of A into B, and A is raised to the power some x, and B is raised to the power some power y, where x and y may or may not equal to stoichiometric respective stoichiometric coefficients n1 and n2 respectively. Okay, x and y are obtained experimentally, and x comma y values may be positive or may be negative or may be 0 or may be fractional. Okay, where x is the order of the reaction with respect to A and y is the order of the reaction with respect to B. Okay, now in this equation, what is K? In this equation, what is K? See, the K is said to be rate constant. K is called as rate constant or specific rate. Rate constant or specific rate. K is said to be, the K is called as rate constant or specific rate. So see, what is specific rate? Specific rate means what? Specific rate. Okay. See, if you take this rate equation, see the rate equation, if molar concentration of A equal to molar concentration of B equal to 1 molar. If you take molar concentration of A equal to molar concentration of B equal to 1 molar you are taken, then rate becomes, this gives rate equal to K. What is the meaning here? If the molar concentration of the reactants are unity, then rate constant of a chemical reaction is equal to rate. That means when the molar concentration of a reactants A and B are equal to molar unity, then rate is nothing but rate constant. Okay, that is the specific rate. That means see once when molar concentration of reactants are equal to unity. Molar concentration of reactants are equal to unity. Then equal to unity. The rate of reaction is known as rate constant or specific rate. Now we are going to discuss two important reactions, that is elementary reactions and complex reactions. See what are elementary reactions and what are complex. Elementary reactions is also said to be single step reactions. Elementary reactions are also said to be single step reactions. See here. These are the reactions which are completed in single step. These are the reactions which are completed in single step. That means the reactions which are completed in single step are said to be elementary reactions. Okay. Next, law of mass action. Law of mass action is valid, is truly valid. That means simply for elementary reaction, the law of mass action is nothing but rate law. That means see, that is rate law of elementary reactions can be written by balanced stoichiometric equation. That means for elementary reactions, how the rate law is written means by seeing the balanced chemical equation, we can write rate law. Say one equation. Take one elementary reaction. Example. Elementary reaction. N1 moles of A reacts with N1, N2 moles of B. and gives a products. Okay, so its rate equation is rate is directly proportional to concentration of A power n1, concentration of B power n2. Why you have slightly taken these stoichiometric quotients? Means it is an elementary reaction, which is single step reaction. That's why we are taking the stoichiometric quotients as the powers. Okay, that is rate equal to K into concentration of A power n1 into concentration of B power n2. Concentration of B power n2. See, the law of mass action is truly valid. That means what is the meaning? The rate law of elementary reactions can be written by balanced stoichiometric equation. That means by seeing the balanced stoichiometric equation, we can write its rate law for elementary reactions only. Okay, so another kind of reactions we have, which are complex reactions. Complex reactions means those reactions which are not completed in single step. That means they took more than one step. That means multiple steps they took for their completion. That kind of reactions are called as complex reactions. Okay, so what are complex reactions means? These are the reactions which are completed in more than one step. That is called as complex reactions. See, complex reactions. Okay, so complex reactions which are completed in more than one step. More than one step. Okay, so next another important point for these complex reactions. The important point for these complex reactions means so it takes more than one step for the completion. So that means each step of a complex reaction is taken as a single elementary reaction. That is, each step of a complex reaction, each step of a complex reaction is an elementary reaction. Is elementary reaction. Each step of a complex reaction is an elementary reaction. Okay. So complex reactions means these are the reactions which are completed in more than one step. And each step of a complex reaction is said to be elementary reaction. Now see some example. We are taking some example. See. Okay, see the example. 2 moles of NO reacts with Br2 and gives 2 moles of NOBr. Okay. Step 1. It is a complex step reaction. No? Is a complex reaction. See step 1, NO will react with Br2 and gives NO Br2. In the second step, step 2, NO Br2 will react with NO and gives 2 moles of NOBr. Okay, so as each step of a complex reaction is treated as an elementary reaction, therefore for this elementary reaction rate equation is given as, first of all, its rate constant is K1 and it is the fast reaction, and its rate constant is K2, it is the slow reaction. How do we know means by mechanism only we know that. Okay, now rate equal to some constant K1 into concentration of NO to concentration of Br2. Its rate equation is rate equal to K2 into concentration of NO Br2 into concentration of NO. See, it is the slowest step. Okay. So here, if you observe this equation, so overall rate equation. So overall rate equation for this is rate equal to K into concentration of NO power X. It's not equal to 2 and BR2 power Y. This is the overall rate equation for the complex reaction. Okay. So next, for each elementary reaction, that means for each step is treated as elementary reaction. No? So for each step, rate equation becomes like this. Okay. Now you know one important point. What is slowest step of a chemical reaction? Slowest step of a chemical reaction is said to be RDS. No? That means what? What is RDS? RDS means rate determining step. Slowest step of reaction is said to be rate determining step. That means what? Rate determining step. Slowest step of a chemical reaction is said to be rate determining step. Okay. Now see this equation. It is the complex reaction. It occurs in two steps. Okay. First step is each step is taken as an elementary reaction. So for each elementary reaction, we get a rate equation. This is the rate equation for step 1. This is the rate equation for step 2. It is the slowest reaction. The slowest reaction is said to be rate determining step of a chemical reaction. That means which controls the speed of a chemical reaction. Okay. So this is the complex reactions. Now next we are going to discuss about what is order and what is molecular type of reaction.